Okay, tell me who is the guy you were the personal bodyguard for who, and give me a couple of examples of this guy's deep.
I was initiated by Sant Kirpal Singh Ji Maharaj, the master of the 10th inner plane of consciousness from Delhi, India, New Delhi, India, where he had his ashram when I got out of the army when I was 20 years old. Then he came to America on his third world tour. I think it was around 1972. And he was 76 at the time. He was a Sikh, S-I-K-H, or Indian religion, you know.
Right.
And all his life he had, you know, meditated anyways, naturally, and he had come to this world, and it was sort of like there was an old man, you know, like a star in the sky for Christ type of thing. Same type of thing for him when he came to this world. And they claimed that he was going to be the master in later life, and then he met his master, Baba Sawan Singh. And when Sawan Singh passed on, he transferred the mantle of mastery over to him. And he became the master by meditating 12 to 18 hours a day for 18 years in a row. And one time he was sitting under a tree in India, and it started raining. It was the monsoons, and the whole area just flooded. And they thought for sure he was going to be, you know, washed away. And he stood up and he actually walked across the water just like Christ did, they claim. And another time they had a child that was dead for 2 weeks, and the people knew the master was coming through the village, and they had this ritual where they went for 3 weeks every day, and it was something to do, you know, every day with a funeral for the kid. So they just put his body in a closet and hid it because they didn't want to be ashamed in front of the master. And when he came through, he says, "Where's little Joey?" And they couldn't find him. And they said, "Come on, where's little Joey?" Well, he died, master, so they took his body out of the closet and they laid it on the table, and the master stood there, and he got on the table and he lied right over the body very carefully and energized it with his chakras, and then the kid woke up and came to life again and said, "I've been sitting in the master's lap all this time." So then he comes to America, and he has like a satsang, they call it, or a holy meeting. And we had 3 satsangs or holy meetings per city. And he started in New York City and worked his way towards Denver. And I was with him throughout 10 cities. And I saw 30 satsangs. And then after the satsang, you would all get in a car and you go in a caravan of cars over to the local group leader's house to discuss what the master had said during the satsang. And you'd be walking 2, 3, 4 blocks because there'd be so many cars. And there was 27 out of 30 days was a sunny day. And we're walking down the street to the group leader's house, and all 27 of those sunny days, by the time we got to the group leader's house, there was a tiny little sun shower, just enough to sprinkle on your clothes. Everybody experienced the same thing. And so they said to the master in one of the meetings in Boston, "Well, master, this happened supposedly on the other 2 world tours, is in your literature, that there was a sun shower every time that, you know, you got out of the satsang to go to the group leader's house. And it happened to us, and we'd like to know, how do you do that?" The master said, "Oh, no, that's got nothing to do with me. It's my master, Baba Sawan Singh. It's his blessing working through me in my physical body in this world now from his departed soul." And Sawan means the monsoons, or the great rains of India. And at one time, he was in New Delhi in his ashram, and they called him, Mahatma Gandhi was in office at the time, who also wanted to be his disciple, but he wouldn't take him because he wouldn't give up his disciples. He wanted them to come alone. But Mahatma Gandhi called him, you know, and so they took him in his limousine because he never drove because he was mostly out of his body, so he couldn't pay attention to the world. And they drove him all the way to Delhi, India, and Mahatma Gandhi was standing there with all the key government officials, and he says, "Master Singh, we called you here because the Chinese army has come down through the foothills of the Himalayan mountains, and there's nothing we can do to stop them. We only have sticks and stones. Us Indian people are none but farmers, and they got machine guns. They'll kill us all. And what are we going to do, Master? We called you for help, and the Master said, don't worry about it. Take me back to the ashram, and he got in a limousine and left. And all the officials are saying to Mahatma Gandhi, see, Gandhi, he doesn't even care about his own country. You know, why'd you even call him? You know, he doesn't even care. And Mahatma Gandhi says, no, you're wrong. What do you mean I'm wrong? And he says, it's very simple. He is beyond his ego, so he doesn't express himself in like flowery terms or something. He just told you bluntly and very remotely and to the point, that's it. Nothing to worry about. And he's totally objective in his reasoning, and that's his reasoning. You have nothing to worry about. So we should just sit back and relax and see what the Master has in mind. And they said a very large rain cloud that was black just suddenly formed between the two sides, and a wall of water came down like Niagara Falls, and it started moving backwards against the Chinese army, and they ran for their lives to the foothills, and in the process, 2/3 of their army got drowned, and the other third never came back again. They learned their lesson real fast. And they claim that, you know, this is written right down, and Mahatma Gandhi even admitted that this happened.
Wow.
So then we're at the satsang in Boston, Massachusetts, and there was like 5,000 people in this massive auditorium, and his group leader for the satsang, for the ashram, and trying to remember the name.